Hello and welcome back to another session of relationship Q&A. Thank you so much for coming. If this is your first time of coming to one of these live streams, thank you so much. Please do well to subscribe, turn on the bell icon so you'll be the first to be notified every time we go live. Also, please feel free to follow us on Facebook and on Instagram at Everyday Matters One, and I'll be more than happy to have you as part of my family. But thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate you. For those already in the chat, Elias Matters, I see you there. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that's in the chat. For those in the background, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming. So how are you doing? How are you doing, Elias Matters? Thank you for coming. How's your day been? How's your Sunday been? Thank you so much. Okay, so today Appalachia series, thank you for coming. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. I haven't seen you in a while. A talk with Richie. Thank you for coming. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. Okay, so how is everyone doing? How's your a blessed day to everyone in the chat? A blessed day to you too. Thank you for stopping by. Okay. How is everyone doing? Thank you so much. So today we have a very interesting topic on ground, and someone sent me the story. So it's a true life story, and but it was done by a channel called Warp TV. Okay, so I need to give them credits because I copied the story from them. Okay, but I got the story from them, but it's a true life story of something that's happened to someone, and she was looking for advice. Okay, so I thought I'll bring it to my live stream so that we can talk about it. But before I go on, how is everyone doing? How are you? How's your week been? Okay, thank you so much for coming. Okay, so don't forget to thumbs up the stream as you come in, share if you can, and as always, your engagement will be highly appreciated. Okay, so what the story is, as you can see from the topic, is that my husband invited our maid to join us in a matrimonial bed, and it is shocking, like really shocking. Even the thought of it, it is shocking. Victoria, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. So even the story itself, hearing about it is shocking, and I'm wondering, is this real? But it is real. And why would a man want to invite his maid to come into their matrimonial bed so they can sleep together? But that's the story. But apparently, this man had been cheating on his wife with the housemaid for a long time. To Richie and Appalicious. Okay, so apparently this man has been cheating on his wife and with the housemaid for quite some time. And when she tried to confront him about it, he said to her that if she's not careful, that he will divorce her and marry the housemaid. So that's how bad the relationship got. Okay, and she said she kept quiet after that because she didn't want to divorce him. She was not ready to leave him for a mere house help. So even though she's been going through a lot of humiliation from the husband and the maid, exactly, the matter is strong. Even though she's been going through a lot of problems, a lot of humiliation from the husband and the housemaid, she wasn't ready to leave the man. Okay, because to her it's a mere maid. Okay, so that's the story. Okay, and she said that the last straw that what finally happened that made her speak out was when the man said to her to invite the maid to join them in their matrimonial bed. I'm just going to drink some water. This happens every time. So guys, what do you think about the story? What do you think? God is trying to tell us something. So what do you think about the story? What do you think? Why do you think the man would do it? So the story, I'm going to talk about it in different. Thank you, Victoria. That happens every time I start speaking like this, maybe because I'm raising my voice. So so we're going to be looking at it from three angles, yeah? And the reason we're doing this story is not just because we saw the story or because we heard about it, but because we want to learn a lesson from it. There's something that we need to learn from it. That's why we talk about the stories. That's why we give these case scenarios. Okay, the man So we're looking at it from the man's perspective first. Elliot said the man is not normal. And I agree with you. I agree with you. Why would a man cheat on his wife? Okay, and then threaten her that he would divorce her and marry his maid, if she continues to nag him. And the woman said that one of the reasons she didn't want to leave him was because the man was very rich and he has a lot of connections, so she didn't want to just leave him like that. And she didn't want to and she didn't want to cause problems, so that's why she doesn't want to leave him. Okay, so that's the woman's story. Okay, but Elliot is saying that the man is mad. And I agree with you. So why do you think the man is mad? Why do you say the man is mad? Why do you say the man is mad? Elias matters. Why are you saying the man is mad? We always like to give reasons behind our answer. So why do you say the man is a madman? You will see me later. Okay. So why are you saying that the man is not normal? Okay. But yeah, I agree that it's not. From all angles, it's completely wrong. From the man's perspective, it's wrong. From the woman's perspective, it's wrong. From the house help's perspective, and what I want to do, why will he do such a thing? I don't think he truly loves his wife. 100%, and I totally agree with that. 100%. I don't think there's love in that marriage. Okay, because a man that truly loves his wife, okay, would not humiliate her. So he doesn't love his wife, he doesn't value her anymore, he doesn't respect her, and that's why he would go ahead and do such a thing like that. But even if you don't love someone, is that now a yardstick for you to treat them that way? Is that a yardstick for you to humiliate them in that way? I don't think that's right. That's a yes, um there's no love in the marriage, but is that a yardstick for this man to now start treating his wife in such a bad way? Okay, so I don't think it's a yardstick. The fact that you don't love me anymore doesn't mean that you should treat me and humiliate me that way. So Rich is saying, I think there are different factors attached. So what do you think is attached to the story? We know that the factor of love is one. We don't think that there's love in that marriage. Okay, so no, the man doesn't respect his wife. Hi, Bonnie. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. I hope you're feeling better today. So the man doesn't love his wife. He doesn't respect her. He doesn't value her. Okay, anymore. Maybe he did at the time. Maybe he never even valued her at all. Okay, but what other factors do you think could have made the man to treat the woman this way? Okay, apart from the fact that he doesn't love her, for some reasons, he doesn't respect her anymore. You know, uh, so there's no love, there's no respect, there's no value in the marriage. So that's the reason why the man would disrespect a woman to such an extent that he now sleeps with his housemaid. Okay, so that's my opinion, and I think that's Elia's opinion as well. No love in that marriage. Okay, but I'm feeling better. I woke up on the right side of the bed, just super cold, wearing my coat. Oh, bless you. I'm glad you're feeling better because I know you were really bad yesterday. Glad you're feeling better. I think the weather is a bit cold today. It's quite cold today, so please wrap up, layer up as much as you can. Okay. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for coming, and thank you for your contributions as well. Okay, so Richie, you said that you think that there are other factors attached. So what do you think? What about spirituality? Okay, so that's another aspect that we could look at it from. So what do you think? Do you think there's a spiritual aspect to this story? Because I know when I watched the video, they talked about spirituality, that maybe the man is being bewitched, because a man in his normal senses would not go to the extent of sleeping with his maid. Not only sleeping with his maid, he's now threatening the wife that if she continues, I'll divorce you and marry your maid. And then to the extent that he now is now inviting the maid to share the same bed with them. Okay, so there might be a spiritual aspect to it. That's the highest form of disrespect I've heard. Exactly, it is. It is appalling. It is sad, you know. And when I saw the story, my mouth dropped. And I'm like, okay, this is a topic for discussion. Okay, so yes, there's possibility that this man has been bewitched, but I don't want us to go there yet, okay, because we know that it might not be. It might just be that the man has issues going on with him, you know, and so the man might have issues going on with him. And one of the possibilities that was talked about is the fact that maybe the man never even loved the woman in the first place. Okay, but whatever the reason is, I don't think it's a good enough reason for him to treat the wife in such a way. Okay, in such a disrespectful way. And like Apilisha said, that's the highest form of disrespect that she's heard of. Okay. You know, so but yeah, um like I said, it might be that the man never loved his wife in the first place, okay, and there's a possibility that the man was forced to marry the woman. We've heard of situations, especially in Africa, where a family would choose a wife for the man, maybe because he's the first son or because he's a breadwinner or this or that or that. They would choose a wife for him. Okay, even if he doesn't love her, he needs to marry her for this because the family has chosen for him. There can also be a situation whereby maybe this girl or this woman wanted to trap him. Okay, so we're looking at it from the woman's perspective now. Okay, so it's possible that the woman wanted to trap him, got pregnant for him, and therefore the man had to marry her. You know, so that's another possibility. Okay, so Rachel said, great from the woman for her to tolerate that insult. And that's so true, because she said that the man has so much status, so much the man is rich and he has connections, therefore she cannot leave. She doesn't want to leave him for a mere house help. You know, and that to me is really disturbing. You don't have a say in the marriage. Marriage has broken down completely. This person disrespects you. Whether he abuses her physically, we don't know, you know, but she says that she doesn't want to leave him for any reason. Where did this all go wrong? Where did this all start? What happened? You know, that's a maid is now almost taking over the home. Okay, so yeah, so like Richie said, it's great for her because she wants to stay with the man even though she's going through all that. So Bonnie is saying, waiting for my hair to dry, I'm gonna get indoors. Was supposed to go out, the weather is too much for me. Okay, maybe arranged marriage and not marriage out of love, or there could be something happening in the household and not being published. Yeah, so like I said before, it could be arranged marriage. That's very possible. It could be arranged marriage that the parents say, okay, because you are our first son, or because you're of marriageable age, or maybe he got to a marriageable age and just chose that person. It's possible that the woman herself was not his first. Olumshola, thank you for coming. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, it's possible that the woman was not his first choice. Please tell us what you think about the story. We're looking at the different possibilities why this is happening. Like, why is the man treating his wife this way? Okay, and someone has talked about it, the fact that it could be a spiritual, there could be some spiritual element to it, that maybe the man is being bewitched. Someone said that there's no love in the marriage, and that's possible because a man that loves his wife will not treat her that way, will not disrespect her in that way. Okay, so and Bonnie is saying that okay, maybe it's a arranged marriage. Maybe the man didn't love the woman. He just said the family said, okay, you need to marry this person, and that's it. And when things like that happen, we know that it could lead to a lot of consequences when you get married to someone you don't love. You know, and we talked about the fact that the woman might not be his original choice. It might just be that he was having maybe a fling or something with her and she got pregnant, and because she got pregnant she forced herself on him. So that's another possibility why the man would go to such an extent to treat her that we're trying to frustrate her so that she would leave the home, because I think that's what he's trying to do. Money can change you. Okay, so that's another really good point as well. Let's say for instance the man wasn't very rich when they met. Maybe the man didn't have so much money when they met. And then he suddenly begins to acquire wealth. And because he's acquiring wealth, he begins to change in his attitude. He begins to do things because he can, because he has connections, because he knows that he can. So that's another really good point as well. That's a possibility. Okay, I think it started when the love was gone and the devil stepped in. Okay. So yes, we've identified that there's no love in the marriage, but Richie is still saying that she thinks that there's a spiritual element to it. And we know that a lot of times in Africa, a lot of things like this could happen as a result of diabolical things that have been done behind the scenes. Okay, so especially with house helps, we know that they can go far and wide just to get what they want. Another possibility that was talked about, I think it's that when okay. So another possibility that was also talked about is the fact that apart from the fact that spiritual, that the woman might have caused it by her own hand by bringing. So one of the questions I asked when I read the story was, when I saw the story was, how did the girl come into the house? Was it the woman that brought her in the house, or was it the man that brought her in the house? Why could she not send her packing? You know, if I have a house help, I have a right to say, okay, you know what, I don't want you to be my house help anymore because you are posing a threat to my marriage. So why did the wife not send her packing? So that's my one of my questions when I saw the story. You know, and it's possible that the woman decided, you know what, let's bring a house help to help us because maybe her friends have house helps, or maybe this is happening. She wanted to be a big woman, you know, and then she says, okay, let's get a house help. And then the house help took over the house and she gave her husband to the house help by herself, you know. So it could be that this thing is a woman's fault, but at the same time, it's possible that it's not the woman's fault. It's possible that it's the man. It's possible that it's the house help herself that has kind of found her way into the man's life, you know. So, but yeah, so just looking at it from different angles, and it's a lesson to learn as well for women, you know. So Bonnie is saying arranged marriage. Okay, Bonnie is saying the devil stepped in when the money started coming. Money speaks when you don't have it and starts coming, your heart changes. And that's true. Or she could have played question herself. It's possible that the woman has done something that is coming back to haunt her, or coming back to bite her. That's also a possibility. I'm thinking that way because of the extent he went to say that the maid should sleep on the same bed with them. Exactly. It is possible she didn't want to send away the maid because it may be her only help. It's also a status thing. People don't want to take away that status and start doing things themselves before they can. So, and that's, for me, that's a big, big problem. Okay, so that's a big problem for me, Bonnie. So if you have a house help and this house help is putting your home in jeopardy, threatening to take not even threatening, literally taking your husband away from you, you're still saying that you need help. Unless you are handicapped, that's the only way that I would accept that. If you're handicapped, if you can't do things yourself, then I'll say, okay, the person can stay. Or you can even get another help, another maid. And the maid doesn't have to be in the house. The maid can come and go. And that's what people do these days. Maids will come, clean, cook, or whatever they do, and then they'll go for the rest of the day. You know, so if you're saying that, oh, my mates are having house help, therefore I have to have house help, even though this person is literally threatening your home, then to me, that's foolishness in the highest order. My apologies, but yes, that's foolishness in the highest order to me. Exactly. Find someone else. Karma comes back. It didn't start today. She saw it but ignored it. And that's true. And that's why she said the man has been sleeping with the maid, and she tried to confront him. Probably after a few years, she decided to confront him while she's been keeping quiet for such a long time. and she probably didn't speak up on time, so that could be why. Yes, it says maids don't live with them. Exactly. See, Richie, she didn't want to save the marriage from the beginning. Yeah, so even if she wanted to save the marriage, let's not forget that there's a possibility that the man might have not loved her. Yeah, and we know that some women, because she mentioned in the story that the man has a lot of money, and that's one of the reasons she doesn't want to leave him. The man has money, he has connections and all that. So if she's forced herself on the man because the man has money, then there's nothing to save, because from the beginning the foundation was faulty from the beginning. You know, you can't build a house on a faulty foundation, because if you build a house on a faulty foundation, that house would fall. And it's the same with marriage. If a foundation is faulty from the beginning, that marriage would fail. Okay, so it's bound to fail if the foundation is faulty. Fitness study, thank you for coming. Okay, so if the foundation is faulty, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this for those ladies or girls that are of marriageable age. Okay, when you're getting married, make sure you're getting married for the right reason. Okay, make sure you're getting married to someone because you love them. Make sure that you both love each other. Okay, don't get married to someone because they are wealthy. Don't get married to someone because you're of age. Don't get married to someone because your family wants you to get married to that person. Because at the end of the day, when you get married, you're not going to find the marriage, the blissful marriage that people are talking about. You're not going to have it. Okay, so we need to choose correctly. And I'm thinking one of my videos, I said, what are the questions you need to ask yourself before you get married? So there are some questions that I must that you need to ask yourself. Why do I want to marry this person? Why do I want to get married? Yeah. So why do I want to get married in the first place? And the second place, why this person? Does this person compliment me? Does this person love me? Okay, well, do you think so? We cannot say, okay, if you marry this person, that means that person will be with you for the rest of your life. But because we know that people change over time, things can happen over time, and then marriages could break up, which is not what we pray for. We pray for the best, but the person you are with should give you a sense of peace and protection. To say, okay, you know what, I'm going to be with you. Not someone that's not sure. You're not sure if this person loves you. You're not sure if this person wants to even settle down, because there are some people that are not ready to settle down. Yes, you go and tie yourself to that person. At the end of the day, that marriage would fail. Okay, so you're setting yourself up for failure. So we need to really, really be careful, because like I said, marriage is a lifetime decision that we make. And whoever we decide to marry will determine how happy or how sad we're going to be in our lives. And it's a long time. It's not like it's a 1 month, or maybe like you go to the university and you stay in one class for 1 year and move to the next class. And after 4 or 5 years, you're done with university. That's not it. It's a journey that you're starting. Okay. And the journey is supposed to last for the rest of your life, till death do you part. That's what it's supposed to be. Unfortunately, it's not that way anymore, because people choose wrongly. So people don't ask themselves the right questions before they go in. Okay, I would read some comments. Okay, when there's problem, you have to address it then. Exactly. Then she's been given a blessed life, and love was there because of money. Happiness. Okay, people now starting to marry for money, which is a big detriment. I'm of age, but I don't want to marry, and that's okay. Yeah, of course, that's completely fine. Blue Jeans, thank you so much for coming. That's completely fine. No one would force you, because if they forced you to go and make that decision, they're not going to be the ones to stay with you in that marriage. So you are going to be there by yourself. So no one should feel pressured or feel like they have to do it because they're of age. You have to do it when you are ready. Mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually, you need to be ready before you make that big decision. Okay, so it's really important that we're not pressured into making a decision, because like I said, if it's the lifelong decision. My cousin was forced into marriage, and not even a year later, they're already divorced. Problem started after the wedding day. Yeah, and that's likely to happen. And I'm thinking then that could have been an arranged marriage. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bunny. So that might have been an arranged marriage. Content, thank you for coming. Okay. So that could have been an arranged marriage. And because they probably didn't know each other, they probably didn't understand each other's strengths, weaknesses, differences, then that is bound to happen. So when we're getting married, yes, it was arranged marriage. Exactly. Exactly. So we need, so I know that there's some arranged marriages that work. Yeah, there's some that work. But if for it to work, one person will need to put themselves under. Most of the time, it's the woman that needs to put herself under for the marriage to work, especially if the man has a very strong personality. Then the woman will have to put herself under for that marriage to work. Otherwise, she won't be happy. So when we're getting married, let's get married for the right reason. And this lady that we're talking about, it's possible that she got married to this man because the man was loaded. And a lot of people are doing it these days. There's a very popular girl in the Nollywood industry, that got married to someone that's way, 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 way older than, like, someone that's old enough to be her dad. I'm sure we all know who she is. You know, why did she get married to that person? Obviously, in my opinion, she might have other reasons from the public perspective. She married that man because of money. Is she happy in that marriage? I don't know. So we need to be making the decisions rightly for that woman, for this person I'm talking about. If the man decides to start cheating on her, she's not going to say anything. She won't have enough power to say, okay, you need to stop, because she married him for the money, not because he loved her or because he respected her. Okay, so we need to be careful when we're making a decision to get married. Okay, and also as a woman, when you're getting married, don't just throw your life away and put it in the hands of a man. And I talk about this all the time. As a woman, you want to have your own life. Have something that will give you a little bit of respect. So you might not have a job, you might not have a business, but have your own identity as a person. That this is who I am. I have my own friends. I have my family. My life does not depend on this man. And I've realized that a lot of women, their paradigm is on their husband. So if anything happens to the man, therefore their lives comes crashing down. If the man decides what's into your mouth, if the man decides to leave them, their world comes crashing down. So yes, it's a sad thing for anything like that to happen. But if God forbid anything like that happens, have your own life. Have your own life and say, okay, you know what, this is what I do. Otherwise, at the end of the day, you become a burden to the man. And the same goes for the man as well. Have your own identity. Let your life not be centered around your husband. So yes, your husband is your world, your wife is your world, and all that, but have something for yourself. Let it not be 24/7 you are on the person's neck. Like this lady was talking about now, the man has lost respect for her. The man has lost a value. She doesn't have value before this man anymore. But I'm thinking in my head, if she had something she was doing, if she had a life for herself, then maybe this wouldn't have been happening. It still might have been happening. I'm just thinking out loud. So if she had a job, she had her own person, she was her own person, she had a job, she was going to her business for herself, she had her own life. She won't even mind what the man is doing. But because she doesn't, this is happening. Okay, have hobbies to do your own thing too. Exactly. Have hobbies, have your own life, really. Have your own friends so that it's not just you and me, my husband. Your husband goes to work, he comes back, you're there, he's ringing, he's at work, you're ringing him 24/7. Where are you? This, that. Have your own life. It's part of the value you give to yourself. Okay, that's why most people do job or do hobbies or go have a life with their friends. And it's true. And it's true. People have, and I know that there are some people, like the person I used to be. Yeah. I'm the person that will be Hello, where are you? I'm at home by myself. Hello, when are you coming? I'm at home by myself. Will you not come? But I realized that I was putting pressure on this guy, you know, and causing a lot of tension in our relationship. So I had to like, okay, you know what, babe, you need to have your own, you need to be yourself and look for other ways. Look, spend time with your friends instead. You know, confidence saying, what do you mean by have your own life as a married person? Please explain. So have your own life. What I'm saying is, so yes, your husband is your all and all, your world, or your wife is your world. Yeah. But you want to have your own identity. Let's have a job so that when your husband is out, you have something you are doing. It might be just you concentrating on the kids. That's your role. That's what you're doing at that time. Not a situation whereby if the man is out or if the woman is out, you are not yourself. You're not happy without the man or without the woman. So have something that makes you happy in yourself. Have something that makes you, you know, I need to understand that I'm married, so I want to learn. Okay. It's not always you're not on hubby's neck. Yeah, you and your understanding is it's good to learn. Yeah, so it's good that we learn these things. It's good that we understand these things. And like I said, the person I used to be, and I saw it in myself, like, okay, this is a weakness in me because I'm very emotional, I'm very, very clingy. Yeah. So I had to like, okay, you know what? You cannot be clinging to this man like this because that's putting is driving him crazy. So I had to unlearn that part of me, like, okay, even though this is the person you are, it's not working. And I don't know if there's any man here that would attest the fact that you cannot be clinging to me and expect. So yes, I want to be close to you. Yeah, I like public show of affection and all that, which is fine. But when I'm not there, when my husband is not there, I need to let him be. I need to let him be and say, okay, you be yourself and I am myself. Not a situation where I cannot be myself because you're not there. I can't be happy because you're not there. I'm always wondering, not because I think you're cheating on me, but because I just want you by my side all the time. So it's a work in progress for me because I'm still like that sometimes. But I'm learning, I'm getting better. I know that this for me is a weakness. Therefore, I have to consciously work at it. Okay, I'm clingy and emotional, but I'm clingy emotional on next level. I need to be left alone at times, sometimes, which is good. Being married doesn't stop you from having a life as a human being. And a lot of people throw their lives away once they get married. A lot of people throw their lives away that if the man is not there, they're not happy. Or if the woman is not there, they're not happy. So yes, it's good to miss your husband, miss your wife. And then when you see each other, you're happy to be together. But let it not be that your happiness depends 100% and completely on your husband or on your wife. Okay, I think the main thing is to teach about character with or without a job. One can still be clingy. I see spouses that work full time that's hacking to other spouses' phones. And that's why I use myself an example. Not because I didn't have a job. I had a job that I was doing, but because it's my nature. Because it's who I not that I will go and check his phone and all that. But I'll say, oh, I'm jealous, I'm possessive, I want you by my side, and I want to spend my whole, things like that. So yes, this is who you are, but it should be to an extent. So having a job does not stop because it's inbuilt. It's a character. It's something that's in you that you need to consciously, and unless you know, you won't be able to work on yourself. Okay, but you're right, because it's not about having a job. No, I could have a full-time job and still be like that. And for me, it was like that. I had a job, but I was still like that. And I don't have to call some of my friends like, this is what I've noticed I'm doing, but I know that I'm driving my husband mad. And my friend said, it's good that you know, because if you know, you can begin to work on yourself. Blue jeans, of course. Why should a woman be happy or complete without her man? A man always completes a woman. Without a man, a woman is lost. So, exactly, it is not a nature or character and not about having a life. That is what needs to be addressed. A job will not change your character or having a hobby either. And that's true. It's who you are. It's who you are. But in order for you to unlearn those characters or unlearn that nature, you need to be aware and you need to work on it consciously. Okay. Blue Jeans is saying, why should a woman be happy or complete without a man? Because she's a woman, because she's human, because she was born into this world as a person. So yes, a man would come and compliment you, but you need to be whole in yourself. I don't know if you saw my video, questions you need to ask before you get married. I think you should go and watch that video, Blue Jeans. So you need to be complete in yourself. You need to be whole. You need to be your own person. And then someone else will come. So your husband or your wife will come in and compliment you. If you are empty, if you are broken, and you're looking for someone, you feel an emptiness inside of you, and you're looking for someone to come and complete that emptiness, you'll be putting pressure on him. You'll be putting pressure on that person, and it's not fair. Mental Bonnie saying the character needs to be dealt with because there's usually a reason why you're clingy or possessive or jealous that you're not with your hobby. And that's true. And for me, I'm a last child in the house. I was pampered. I had almost everything I wanted, So I wanted, I don't know, maybe because I was the last child. I don't know, but that was just me. I was very emotional. Before you raise your hand, I started crying. So things like that. So I got to a stage I then knew that, okay, this is something in me that is affecting my relationship. So the guy might not say, okay, this thing is affecting me, but I sat myself down, realized that this is not normal. It's not normal. Okay, thank you guys so much for your contribution. Can't bring the water. Thank you so much for your contributions. I really do appreciate you. The point is, you need to be able to do your own thing as well as having time with hobby. It's about balance. And that statement there, Bonnie, just says it all. That statement there just says it all. Okay, so you need to be able to do your own thing. And that's why I said that's why I said you need to have your own life. You need to be able to do your own thing. You need to be able to go shopping by yourself. You need to be able to live your life, go out with your friends, just enjoy your own company, instead of wanting to be around your husband all the time. I don't know why you're laughing. Early years matters. Meher else contribute what? I don't understand. The lady in the story don't want to live her worst nightmare because her husband is rich and cannot beat the insane mindset. I feel she just lost herself. And I agree. Every day I can tell you this, being the last child can be a bad thing if you baby too much. I'm the youngest daughter, and since small, always baby, if I cried or made noise, someone's always there. I made you laugh. I don't even know what I said. I made you laugh. I'm just cracking on. That's why people nowadays, when a child's crying, let them cry. Exactly. Welcome to my world. I forgot how to pronounce words on my Did I say something about country? Oh, now I get. When I said I couldn't get the words out. Oh my days. Thank you for your contributions. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. Welcome to my world. Okay, and I'll just continue. The woman in the story said that she can't leave her husband because she didn't want to leave him for a mere house help. Lady, this is STV. Thank you for coming. She didn't want to leave the husband for a mere house help, and to me, the solution is not. Norma, thank you for coming. Um, to me, the solution is not for her to leave, but for her to find out what the root cause of it is, and then look for a way to solve it. If it's something that's spiritual, then she needs to pray about it. Because, like you guys rightly said, it's not normal for a man to say, okay, I'm sleeping with my house help. If you talk too much, I'll divorce you and marry my house help. It's not normal. Yeah. So if it's something that's spiritual, then she needs to go on her knees and pray for her home to be restored. The chat is probably going and every day probably miss some. Yes. So like I said, my answer, my suggestion is not for her to just say, okay, no, I'm leaving the home. But if it's spiritual, root cause, lack of doctors recommend 6 times a day. All right. Who you want kill? No work? Are you not working? Eh? Are you, even if you're at home full time, said 6 times every day. Are you on holiday? Are you having your honeymoon? What is it? That's a bit too much. Yeah, maybe you are even the doctor yourself, honestly. What does she mean by mere house help? Like it was someone who is not a house help, it would have been better. Exactly. But not even the fact that she said the mere house help. The husband actually said to her to invite the house help to their bedroom so that he could sleep with them both at the same time. That was when she had to cry out. But she'd seen this man and this woman, so she knew that things were going on in the background. She didn't say, she only spoke. And then the man said, oh, if you do this, I will divorce. So to me, it feels like maybe she forced herself on this man. The man obviously doesn't love her. Not as well. Even holiday, on holiday. Exactly now. Well, I don't know. Even well, maybe newlyweds, maybe when they are on the honeymoon, even 6 times. I'm just thinking how the possibility, how possible that will be, even on newlyweds. Unless you want to do a couple of times at once and then go again the second time at once. I don't know. It's just me thinking. But no, the woman said and she won't leave her husband. And like I said, I'm not suggesting she leaves her husband. She needs to find the root cause of the problem and then try to solve the problem in the marriage. It's possible, love, is there? You know, let's see. Consent is very possible. It's very possible. Maybe the first time they'll go 3 times or 2 times. Maybe in the afternoon they'll go 2 times. In the evening they go 2 times, or maybe lunch, dinner. It's very possible, but not every day. Okay. I'm bothered about the statement. I can't leave because he's rich and connected. She won't have made a statement if she was ready to find the cause. And I agree, it's not rocket science, so with God everything is possible. Okay. The statement, I can't leave because he's rich and connected. She wouldn't have made a statement. So yeah, so that's what I was saying, that maybe she married the man for money. And that's what we said before, that when you're getting married, make sure you're marrying for the right reason, not because the Mary McQueen, thank you so much for coming. When you're getting married, make sure you're marrying the person for the right reason, not because they are rich. Because this now is a stumbling block for her now. She doesn't want to leave him because he obviously provides for her to shut her up. You know, if anything she wants, he provides it and shuts her up. Therefore, she'll stay and go through the humiliation because the man is rich. Because that's why she married him in the first place. Mary, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Bingo, or better still, Uranus. Mars. So yeah, so it's a very, very it's a very disturbing story. And John the Scorpion, thank you for coming. Another issue with marriage. Which one proves my point? What's your point, Thunder? That you shouldn't get married. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so that's a very, very disturbing story, a very disturbing statement that she's made, a very disturbing situation or circumstance, you know, for that to be happening, and for the man to say, okay, you know what, if you talk, I'll divorce my wife, and I'll divorce you and marry the house help. Like, in what planet? Victoria's TV channel, thank you for coming. Thank you so much. In what planet should that be done? That shouldn't be done at all. Okay, and then he's been cheating on her with his house help, and then the final thing, that he wanted her to come into their bedroom so he could sleep with them both, you know. So that's just so appalling, so disturbing, and it shouldn't be accepted. Okay, and in my opinion, I think she needs to draw a line, and that's why we talked about when you're getting married, you need to set your standards, because if you don't set your standard in your relationship, the person that you're with will think that you don't have a standard. Like this woman now, she doesn't have a standard, you know. So this man will do whatever he's doing. She cannot say, because she hasn't set a standard. And I think that's what she needs to do in this case, to set a standard. It's okay, you know what, this is not acceptable. But again, if she tells this man that, the man might say, okay, you know what, this marriage is over. But for how long will she continue to suffer in that circumstance, in that situation? Guys, please tell me, what would you advise this woman to do? Uranus took too far. Oh, I don't care how many people are gonna be there for enjoyment. Go on. Blue Jeans, you retweeted your comments. Welcome Victoria's channel. Let us ask the hand question. If she married him just for money, did she not think he did not know? Now she has the money. Why is she saying he does not love her? Exactly, because love wasn't there from the beginning. So now I'm asking, what if, because say for instance she says, oh, I want to start setting my standard now. Blue Jeans, but some house helps can steal men and get pregnant too, and some wives permit it. The Bible has Sarah. Sarah in the Bible. Yeah, so that could happen. That could happen. Is the way she's lying on it. And I agree. Yeah. So if she says now that, okay, I want to set my standard now, which she's trying to do, and the man says, okay, if you set the standard, I will divorce you and marry this person. So she is actually in a very difficult position. What would you advise this woman to do? Yes, she should lie in the bed she lay. So just get on with it. So it's in the 66 books of all the 66 books of life. But yeah, so she's in a very difficult situation. So let's assume that yes, she got married to this man because she wanted his money. But now the situation is, now the man doesn't respect her, the man doesn't love her. What would she do? Would you advise her to leave the marriage anyway, or just continue to suffer in the marriage? And I can hear Cobden and Bonnie say, the way you lay your bed is the way you lie on it. You know, but it's easier for us to say, in reality, I feel the woman's pain. You understand? I feel the woman's pain. I come in peace. Don't shout. Don't shoot the messenger. I feel the woman's pain, to be honest. So even though she might have done something wrong in the past, she might have gone into the marriage with a wrong motive, she's still in this situation. Okay, I don't feel sorry at all. Oh, Bonnie. I do. I feel sorry for her. I miss the story, but it's marriage, so I know what's the drama involved. So, and on the Scorpion, just to give you a summary of what's happened. So this man has been cheating on his wife with his housemaid, and the wife said to him, confronted him once, and he said to the wife that if she continues to confront him like that, he's going to divorce her and then marry the house help. And she kept quiet. obviously because the man had money, was shutting her up with his money and all that, taking care of her, so she wasn't saying anything. But the man eventually said to her to invite the maid to sleep, to come into the room, to their matrimonial bed, so he could sleep with them both at the same time. So that was when she now spoke out. Okay, so it's a very disturbing situation. So Cobson is saying, I think the reality is we ignore the root cause of the problem and then want to turn things around. Reading the title, one will paint the man as evil, but as you dig, you see clearly, and that's true. That's true. The marriage is one-sided. She's being used by the man because she depends on him. Yet that man can lose the money overnight. She has time to improve her skill and will be better. Okay, so let's look at another scenario. Okay, let's assume that this woman married this man and they were both in love. And I think Bonnie kind of pointed it out. Housemaid, she did know this. So yeah, that's the story. Let's assume that they did get married and they were in love, and somehow the man began to acquire wealth, and then his character started to change. Yeah, so that's also another possibility of this whole thing. Okay, but whatever happens, the man should not. And I'm saying this because of Norma's comment there. Marriage is one-sided. She's being used, and because she depended on him. Yes, that man can lose that money. So that's the point. So now he's acquired wealth. He's treating his wife badly, forgetting that money is like a wind, or it's like spirit. It can vanish. So if the woman married him genuinely and is treating her that way, what he needs to know is that the money that he has would not last forever. Anything could happen. So that's just another scenario. I thought I'll quickly chip that in as well. Sleep with them both. Now that's strange. Are they acting you think? I beg, which kind witchcraft be that? I beg, jump and pass. It is not love. Exactly, and that's why Richie said before. Richie kept saying that there was a spiritual element to the story. It's possible that the man has been bewitched, by the house help or maybe by someone else. Okay. Spanner he just threw the spanner in the works. I tell you, we should raise more and more honorable women. Yes. Money can come and go. God forbid fire comes, so it all turns to ash. So she has a roof over her head, food, basically free room, and board also she wants for nothing, and she's complaining. Right. Right, okay. So yeah, so there could be a spiritual element to it. Maybe there is a spiritual element to it. Maybe there isn't a spiritual element to it. And Cobden rightly said, the way you lay your bed is the way you lie on it. So if she's got married to him because of his money, then she's paying. Oshikonuthi, thank you for coming. That's my nephew. I wanted to say my little nephew, but he's a man now. So I can't fit say my little nephew. Chico, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. But yeah, so let's assume that there might be a spiritual element to it. We don't know. Okay, but we're just trying to look at the story from different angles. What could have gone wrong? What could have happened? Why would the man ask his wife to do a thing like that? If he was not rich, he would. Where is Richie's comment? Right, let's check for Richie's comment. True, Cobson and Richie are having a conversation here. We don't know what they are talking about. We're excluded from Richie and Cobson's comment. Welcome, yes. So yes, there could be a spiritual element to it. We don't know, but bottom line is, if you're getting married, get married for the right reason. Don't get married to someone because of what they can afford or because of what they have, because they have so much wealth. The comment that is pinned on the screen. Okay, if you think about it, before 2020 happened, everyone was living comfortably and spending money, maybe having maid living a luxurious life, and then technically watched everything anyway. Many are now suffering from. Uh, if you think about it, before 2020 happened, everyone was living comfortably and spending money, maybe having a maid living a luxurious life, and then 2020 watched everything anyway. Many are suffering now. Okay, so I get it. So you just change the comment. Oh, oh, then I don't even know. It was a talk with Richie's comment. All right. So let's see if we can find it again. I don't think I can find that comment. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, but I'm bothered about the statement. I can't leave because the statement it was find a cure, the cause. But I've been laughing. Just leave it. Exactly. I've scrolled up. I can't find it. I can't stay. It's been a busy weekend. Peace and love, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really, really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Just, I was responding to Richie. Okay, that's fine. So what we're saying is that when we're getting married, let's get married for the right reasons. Let's not get married because of greed. Let's not get married because someone has money, or let's not even use money as the issue now. Say for instance, someone is getting married to a woman that is pretty, has long legs, fair, sharp, or dark and beautiful. We know that beauty doesn't last. It doesn't last a lifetime. Okay, so we need to be careful, because if that beauty fades, that means that the love or the marriage would begin to shake. That's, for me, is a faulty foundation to build a marriage on. Yes, and because it's saying that greed has its fruit. If you marry someone because of their money, if you marry someone because of greed, then the person, I think someone said before that, do you think the man didn't know that she married him because of her money? Of course he knows. And if he knows, he's not going to respect you because he knows why you're there. And we use that, we looked at another scenario. Say, for instance, she trapped him with a pregnancy. Maybe he had someone he was going to marry, and this woman came and trapped him with a pregnancy. Of course, that anger, that hatred would come, resentment would come. So if if she trapped him to marry her because she wanted, because he was rich, why he was in love with someone else, maybe it was even the maid. That's another scenario. Maybe it was the maid he was in love with, and somehow brought the maid to the house to be brought her to the house to be housemaid. Who knows? Okay, the point of that was that money will disappear. It doesn't disappear. What's here today can go tomorrow. Everything is temporary. So we cannot plant greed and wonder why we are getting the fruits of greed. You cannot plant mango and reap food. I didn't know you could reap fufu anyway. Yeah, but that's true. Whatever we sow is what we reap. Even the Bible says it. Okay. And what we sow is what we reap. Okay. So you can't go into a marriage on a wrong foundation and expect that the marriage will blossom. So we can't do that. So we need to get it right from the start. Don't marry someone because they are rich. Don't marry someone because they are beautiful or because they've got six-pack, because the six-pack can disappear tomorrow. So we really, really need to be careful. Okay. And I called Norma made a point there that she has time to develop herself, develop her skills. Okay, so if she's a full-time housewife, expecting the man to do everything for her, that it might be a good idea for her to do something to develop herself. Maybe start a business, maybe get a job, or maybe do a course or something just to improve her skills. Okay, plot twist. The maid was a previous crush, was hired, and then became the exactly, plot twist. It's possible that the man was in love with or had a crush on the maid, and then somehow found herself in the house. to be made. She will destroy the house by herself, you know. I will not be shocked if the maid is his girlfriend from the past. Exactly. And that's why I said maybe this woman was not his first choice. And she forced herself on him. And then the maid came in as a maid in the guise, it came in and his girlfriend in the guise of a maid. Okay, so that's still another possibility. But that's another twist to the story. So guys, thank you all so much for coming, crying from love. But thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate you for coming. It's been an interesting one. Thank you so much for all your contributions. Okay, so this is where we'll call it a wrap. But thank you all so much. The morale is that we should be honest with ourselves and understand that actions talk with Richie. Thank you so much for that. Ourselves and understand that actions have consequences, especially as women. We need to hold ourselves accountable for our actions, and men as well. We all need to hold ourselves accountable, not just because of the story, but in life generally. What you sow is whatever actions you take has repercussions, has consequences. So whatever decisions you make, and I'm telling myself the same thing, like decisions I made like 10 years ago, they're the reasons I'm here today, you know. So I'm thinking like, okay, this could have been this could have been that, but you made this decision, so it's on you. You know, you can't be wish. Actions have consequences, decisions have consequences, you know. So we need to be careful, make the right decisions in life generally, especially in marriage, you know. So it's really important. You sow, you reap what you sow. You comes and sow and reap with. Do Richie, God bless you. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much for that super chat. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you guys, everyone, for coming. I do appreciate it. I don't know if I'm coming live next week, but I will put a post in my community to let everyone know if I'm coming or not. Simple. You cannot plant the man, but you cannot paint the man bad when you have paint all over yourself. You cannot paint the man bad when you have paint all over yourself. I think what you're saying is that we can't call the man a bad person when you yourself, you're not good. Okay, but thank you so much. I really appreciate all of your contributions. I'll let you know if I'm coming live next week or not. But I'm thinking I won't be coming live, but I'll put a post in my community tab to let everyone know. But thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful week. Have a blessed month of September. It's September in a few days. I can't believe where this year has gone, honestly. Well, have a blessed month of September, and I'll see you soon by God's grace. Thank you so much. Bye. Great combo. Thanks. Thank you so much, Cobbs, and I really appreciate you. If not, you'll be missed. Thank you so much. Bye. I'll miss everyone as well. Bye. Bye.